Today on Lightsaber Life, we're doing a full comparison of the Count Dooku Jedi Lightsaber and the Darth Tyranus Sith Lightsaber, both from Disney's Legacy Collection at Galaxy's Edge. Which one's lighter? Which one's got the better grip? If you could only get one, which one should you get? I'm gonna answer all those questions and more. Here's where the fun begins.
This weapon is your life.
The weapon of the Jedi Knight.
I see you have constructed a new lightsaber.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Josiah Leroy, aka Jobi-Wan Kenobi. Master Kenobi, you disappoint me. Today we're gonna do a complete comparison of the two, show some similarities, show some differences in the hilts, as well as some of the strengths and which one, if you could only get one, you should pick today. But before we do that, if you would kindly like this video, comment below which lightsaber would you rather pick up, and subscribe to the channel. It goes so far in telling YouTube that small creators like myself are worth the watch. So bringing both up close, these are truly elegant lightsabers. From the moment I first saw the curved lightsaber of Count Dooku in Attack of the Clones, I fell in love. And then I fell in love all again when I saw this one, the Jedi version, which we never saw before prior, of Count Dooku in Tales of the Jedi. Tales of the Jedi is one of my favorite animated Star Wars series of all time. I would love to see a Ben Solo version of that, and maybe even a Cal Kestis. Drop a comment below and tell me which character you'd like to see in a similar Tales show. If you see there's such a similarity between the Jedi version and the Sith version, as there often is. You see it with Anakin, you see it with other Jedi that fell to the dark side, you see it with apprentices and their masters. But here, if we're looking at Count Dooku, the pommels are a little bit different. On the Count Dooku one, very, very shiny. Both lightsabers, I should say, extremely shiny. Fingerprint magnets, not the end of the world. Just make sure you take a rag to those and polish them off before you put them back on the shelf. The grips of both lightsabers are here. The Tyrannus one has a much better grip. It goes all the way around here. You can see that. So this one can be very slippery really quick. I will say also, the Tyrannus one feels a little bit thinner and just a little bit more spinnable. If we look up top, we've kind of got hooks towards the emitters, which are unbelievable. Super cool, very unique. Oftentimes you see these in dark side wielders. And then the ignition, for both of these, it's this switch right here. It should be these down here. One day I'm hopeful Disney will put their ignitions in the right spot instead of putting them in random spots on their hilts. And now we're gonna take a look at 5 features and see which one I would prefer in each category. First of all, in terms of weight, these are bulky lightsabers. They are not nearly as thin as the replicas seen in the animated shows or even the movies. So keep that in mind here. But I will say, the Tyrannus lightsaber is slightly lighter. The Dooku one has this extra shield here. Bring it up close. This extra shield right here. That adds a lot of weight to it. And then it's got another protector down here near the pommel. That's pretty rough. This one here doesn't have that extra weight, and that makes the difference here. So I'm gonna go advantage Tyrannus. In terms of epic, if you're thinking about adding to your wall, which lightsaber is more rare? Honestly, that's gonna be the Jedi Dooku one. This only made its first appearance in the Tales of the Jedi episodes. There's only 3 of them. And this was in 2022. So the Tyrannus came out in 2020 at Disney parks. It was one of the first 10, 11, or 12 Legacy lightsabers. The Dooku Jedi came out in 2022. I could not get this any faster. I was so excited about it. It's one of the first lightsabers I ever bought. The Tyrannus is listed as retired, but it does sporadically come back into stock. But to answer the question in terms of which one is more epic, which one is more rare, we're gonna go advantage Dooku. In terms of gripping the lightsaber, if you're spinning them, anything like that, if you're trying to play with your kids with them, we're definitely gonna go with the Tyrannus on this one. This one is more spinnable. It's gonna stay in your hand a little bit better. That grip on the back side makes all the difference in the world. The Dooku one with all the chrome on the back makes it not just heavier, but feels a little bit more slippery. Josiah, could you just please light these up already? You're right, this is a video about lightsabers. Let's see what the sound quality is for both of these. Both extremely quiet lightsabers. I don't like how the blade sits in the Tyrannus. It almost feels loose. It's not much better in the Jedi, in the Dooku. I'm gonna bring up the Tyrannus here in the mic. Unfortunately, both have the slower hiss sound as opposed to kind of the bite that the Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi lightsaber has. Listen to the Jedi version. Very, very light, very faint, not super epic. Got a little blade flicker on the Dooku. I don't know if you can see that here. Look at that, there's no flicker on the Tyrannus, but there is flicker. It's probably hard to tell on camera. There is flicker on the Jedi version. In terms of sound quality, both are very, very quiet. I like the sound better of the Jedi, so we're gonna go with Dooku. Now, the ignition, an absolute pain in the butt on both of these. I showed you up close what that looks like. The Tyrannus one is hard to press. You have to kind of flip it up like a light switch. The Dooku Jedi one is all but impossible. It's very hard. It is my least favorite ignition on any of the Galaxy's Edge lightsabers, and that includes the Darth Maul one that's not a button, but rather kind of a dial. So if you were to try to do like the epic Dooku ignition where he ignites the lightsaber and then salutes Master Yoda in Attack of the Clones, good luck. Neither is the best lightsaber to spin, and trying to ignite these doesn't look so cool. Like, it's just not good. However, the slight advantage here goes to Tyrannus. All that being said, the better value in my opinion, and maybe this is just personal preference, you may have a different opinion, I am gonna go with the Jedi lightsaber. To me, I don't know how long this thing will be around. I think you should get your hands on it while you can. I don't see a lot of the higher end lightsaber companies making this lightsaber. There's no Count Dooku Black Series lightsaber. It's kind of a commodity. So in my opinion, I would go and get that one. It's just like the Ben Solo one. That's one that I'm upset I didn't get a few years ago when I could, but there's a Ben Solo Legacy lightsaber that looks just like the Kylo Ren one, but in Jedi form, and that's one that I regret not getting. In that sense, I think this one's just so epic. Dooku as a Jedi with a young Qui-Gon Jinn and even a Master Yaddle in Tales of the Jedi, those are some of my favorite episodes of anything Star Wars ever. So, if you could only add one to your collection today, I'm gonna go with the Jedi Dooku lightsaber. Again, tell me, what do you think? Which one would you pick up? Which features are you looking for in a lightsaber? Be sure to leave a comment below. I'd love to have a conversation with you. All right, folks, that's all we've got for today. Thanks for hanging out and staying to the end of this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It goes a long way for lightsaber life. And don't forget, trust only in the Force.